So, not much has changed since I last left, except for the barricades and cameras. Yeah, I know there's been a lot we've wanted to do, but Reed always said no. I see. So, who put him in charge? Well, we all did, but mostly me. After my dad died, we needed a new leader. So you put forward Reed. I put forward Reed and Rex, but Reed has dismissed Rex recently, and he's no longer second or joint leader, I guess, and taken the reins for himself. I see. You know, I can sort that for you if you wish. What? No, 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 thank you. We can probably outvote him or something. Well, the option is always there. So, what now? What did you want to know? I think the best answer to that would be everything, from the moment you left to right now. Okay. So to start, I of course left, on my own, but Ash, Paula and Keita followed me. I kept telling them to leave me alone, but they were always a few feet behind me, just out of sight, but I knew they were there. Honestly, as strong as Ash is, he had no idea what he was doing. The little camp in the woods they had set up got attacked by ghouls. Ash struggled to kill them, and Paula and Keita had no idea what to do. They were lucky enough to hold them off long enough, well, screaming mind you, but they held them off for just long enough for me to get there and help them out. Once Ash was able to focus, he managed to help out, therefore giving Paula and Keita the courage to fight. Honestly, after seeing that, I didn't mind having them come along with me. Okay, so then you travelled together. What next? We travelled without any problems for a few days. Still had a fair amount of food to keep us going. We didn't consider raiders or other survivors. We didn't have time to think that we could get attacked at any point. Ghouls we had sorted, but other people didn't even cross our minds. Which is why, when they attacked in the middle of the night, we panicked and didn't know what to do. They attacked us and took everything. Made sure they left their mark. They stabbed Ash. Well, more of sliced him. From the center of his forehead to the side of his right eye. Deep, too. As for Keita, they cut all of her hair off. With a knife. Cut her head in many places because they didn't take much care, obviously on purpose. Paula, now they cut her back. Cut some kind of symbol or something. We still don't know what it is or means, but that's what happened to her. They just beat me up. That's the first thing they did, and then they made me watch what they did to my friends. Jeez, David, I'm so sorry. Don't be. That was the easiest bit. As I said, they took everything. Left us with no food. We didn't eat anything for 5 days, not a single thing. We had to drink from a river because they took our water too. We didn't have any medical supplies, so I had to rip up my shirt just to bandage Ash's head and Paula's back. Keita was alright because her wounds weren't deep enough to scar. Paula healed, Keita healed, and, well, Ash got worse. His wound became infected, and we had nothing to treat it with. We kept moving and looking, all while starving and surviving on the scraps we found. We moved, but with a man who could barely walk, who had a terrible fever, we didn't last long. We'd been through all of this together, and I wasn't ready to leave him. So we set up camp in the city. You mean like the center of the city? Yes. Because the place most likely to have supplies for Ash. We set up base in a store. made it secure, and took it in turns looking for supplies and watching over Ash. 2 of us would go out and search, and the other would stay and protect him. Did this for a long time and never found anything able to help him. He got worse and worse, and we knew it wouldn't be long before he died. I went out and found some antibiotics. Not much, but enough to do at least something to help Ash. To get to them, I had to get through a herd, which is when I remembered your blood trick. It worked, and I got them, but not without a consequence. I knocked over a shelf. Rather stupid of me now that I think back on how it happened, but it happened. The herd chased me all the way back to where we were camping. It's important to get the antibiotics to Ash immediately. That meant leading the herd that way, which I did, and we barricaded the doors. Barricades lasted just long enough for Ash to take the pills, and just as he swallowed them, the barricades fell. Ghouls flooded in, and we saved Ash's life only for us all to die anyway. But you're all alive. So what happened next? We fought until we couldn't fight anymore. At that point, we all huddled together, all 4 of us ready to die together. Then bang, bang, bang! Bang, bang! Shots. We were showered with blood and bodies. No blood got on Ash, and we made sure of that. We didn't, and still don't know how the infection works. But if ghoul blood got into his wound, pretty sure he was going to get infected. We made sure that didn't happen. Once the shots finished and the moans stopped, we turned to see a man, and his people stood there. "Are you all right? Is anyone bitten?" he asked. We weren't all right, but none of us were bitten. That man was Hawk. Kirk is his real name, but just like me, he goes by another. Him and his people saved us, protected us in our time of need. Guess you could say he swooped in like a hawk, and yeah, I guess that's where his name comes from, but his people cleaned and bandaged Ash's wound, and that's all I could have asked for. Hawk was a light in the darkness. Just what we needed. From there, things only got better. We all worked together and built a safe place for ourselves. We came up with the idea of the Aces, a group that would do work like Hawk did by saving us. Helping. We agreed it was good, and we agreed I should lead it, with Hawk, Ash, Paula, and Keita by my side, as my counsel to make sure I make the right decisions. So it's not just a one-man show, I guess. No, it's not. But before we put our plan into action, we laid out some ground rules. The ones I told you about, and others, more for us than our people, to make sure we stay in line and don't make rash decisions. As you can see, it was a success. We now have multiple safe places with multiple leaders. Each outpost has someone at the head of it, someone who was then put on the council. We have frequent meetings between us all. We all know what's going on in the other outposts. It works. Although to you, it might be hard to believe, but it does. I mentioned a few of the main groups we trade with. Do you remember? Of course I did. Eden, Garrison, a place called Sprucetal, the Lodge, and others that you didn't name, but you just said others, yeah? Yes, that's right. Now you see, our outposts go by different names, often referred to as Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, etc., but the people living within them call them what they feel, often more homely names, I guess. Something non-military. We used code names as it's simple to remember, I guess. See, so are you able to tell me how many, or is that something confidential between only you and your people? I believe I can tell you. Around 8 or so. I'm not sure the exact amount, as we're working on more every day, but around that, not including our traders. Honestly, that is a lot. I mean, after I met Kenzie and Eden, I learned of 2 communities, and one was itself. See, and the other is Garrison, I presume. Eden and its people are very close with Garrison and its people. I'm unsure whether he told you the leader's name or not. He did not. Well, Suppose they have a council too. Link and Lydia are the main two, but we conduct business with a man named Vincent, and from Eden we speak with a man named Chang. You wouldn't have met him while you were there because he's currently an outpost of ours. But you will. Sure, you'll go to Garrison at some point too, but not yet. You see, the people of Garrison aren't like those at Eden. They need to hear truths about how strong the people they meet are. They won't agree to meet anyone they don't believe to be strong. You see, I know you are, but they don't. They can't go by what you did to protect and help people before the apocalypse, like you helped me and brought all of our friends together. We knew back in school you were just as scared as the rest of us, but you still brought us together. Yeah, well, I guess I can still say I'm still scared, even now, but by now I know how to handle it. As can we all. Well, some more than others. However, fear isn't a bad thing. It can be good if used right. Anyway, you should get right on outvoting Reed. I will. We'll have a vote, either Reed or Rex. You won't be one of the options? No. Rex and Reed are born leaders. Should be one of those. It seems to me you simply don't want the responsibility. I have enough responsibilities. I have a family, and that includes more than just blood. I know, but if you're already responsible for most people here, who are your family already, you might as well be responsible for the few who aren't. Doesn't that just make sense? It does. But I'd much rather rely on Rex. Ah, well, fair enough. May Ash, Paul, Akita, and I vote also, considering we were here once and these people are our friends and I care about their well-being. I'm not going to stop you. Good. Now, if there's anything else you'll want to ask, just find me. Okay, I will. That sounds good, and thank you for talking to me, David. Although I am still a bit wound up about you killing Abby and Ken. Not too worried about Roman, but Abby and Ken is something different, but it's nice to see you again, even if you have changed, but it seems to me like this Acer thing is gonna work, and it seems like it is working. I mean, I'd say 8 communities, or safe zones as you call them. I'd say that that's a pretty big accomplishment, considering that this one is barely standing. And, you know, but I'd say you're doing some good work there, and if it means shedding some blood every once and again, I'd say it doesn't matter all that much, but yeah, I'm gonna head off now anyway. If you need to speak to me and I need to speak to you, you know where I am anyway. I got a room and it'll say my name above the door anyway, but make sure you knock first because I have got a child I'm caring for, so don't particularly want you scaring him, maybe, but I doubt you would, but you never know, so you know where I'll be, and I know where you'll be, so Hawk, I'm not going to call you Kirk, even though that's your real name, but I'll respect your wishes and call you Hawk, okay? Alright, I'll see you guys later. Surprised Reed actually let those guys in there, to be fair. And see Jonah's talking to Ash and Zyra to Paula and Kia, but yeah, I'm still confused as to what's going on, but it seems David has changed, but I don't think it's for the worst. I think it's for the better, and I think the Aces might just be a solution, even if the rules are often more strict. And Primo and TJ, hi, you two. Not much has changed in here, but are you two okay? Brent, welcome back. How did things go? At the store? Not the best. Anything to do with your new friends? Old friends, actually, most of them, anyway. And they killed Abby, Ken, and Roman. And you let them hear? Listen, okay. Roman killed one of theirs first. Then he attempted to kill their leader. That's definitely something he'd do, but Abby and Ken... I know. but Tobias did kill another one of theirs after, to get payback and to protect Daddy. Who are they, Brent? They're the Aces. Roman breached a trade between them, stole from them, and that could have meant the difference between life and death. No, you understand that. So Roman got them killed. I'm afraid so. Other than that, I mean, apparently the Aces are good. Been through a lot just like everyone else, but they seem like they're doing good work. I mean, they're standing 8 safe zones strong, so how can you argue with that? We can talk more about that later, but I have something to tell you. What's up? Your friend John. He left last night. Left a note and Reed gave it to me. Figured you'd want proof. John left. A one-armed man left. On his own. On foot. Really? He left a note, Brent. We can't deny that. Okay, let me see it. Here. The note reads, "To whoever finds this," and read, "I'm leaving a note so that you don't worry and search for me. I can't handle this place anymore. There's too much to do and we're not allowed to do any of it. I ask that Brent becomes leader, and when he does, I'll return. John Webb." This isn't even his handwriting. How do you know? It might just be because he was right-handed and lost his right, had to use his left instead. No. John was and is left-handed. I know his writing. I have worked for him since I was 17. I know what his handwriting looks like, and that is not it. So, what exactly are you saying? I'm saying that he didn't write that. Therefore, he didn't leave by choice. You're saying someone exiled him and pretended it was his own choice. That, or he was given to raiders. There was speak of raiders in this area, and Reed said that he managed to make them stay away, managed to convince them to stay away. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Rosea was too. Okay, whoa. We can't say anything until we know that this is true. Agreed. Now let's keep this quiet. I'll see what I can find out, but we definitely need to keep quiet about this. We can't have people freaking out about it, especially if it's not true, but if it is, we need to be able to prove it.